I'm Connor Northrup. I'm joined by Bellator featherweight JJ Wilson, who takes on Tywan Claxton at Bellator 242 on July 24th. What's up, JJ?
What's up, man? How you been?
Good, doing well, doing well. Now, I mean, you got a lot coming up. Obviously, we've had the pandemic, a lot of uncertainty, but main card, Tywan Claxton, a former tournament guy. Is this like a big step up in competition for you? Do you feel like?
Yeah, definitely. It's every fight has been another step up, another step up, another step up. I'm just trying to build myself up and get myself ready for those big title fights.
Yeah. And I mean, you're only like 22 years old too, so to have, I think, like a step up like this too. I mean, not that it's unprecedented, but you don't see it every day. How experienced are you? Do you feel like for someone your age?
I've been fighting. I got into mixed martial arts when I was 15, 16. I've been fighting ever since. Right now, I've had over including amateur and kickboxing and all that kind of stuff. I've had over 30 fights just in between kickboxing and MMA already, and I've done hundreds and hundreds of jiu-jitsu tournaments. So I've got a lot of experience coming in. So I'm feeling confident. I don't want to make a run for the title until I'm like 25 when my body hits prime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a guy like Claxton too. I mean, I think he's got like he's 27. I think he's got like 7 fights. But a guy like that, I think he's fought all his fights too for Bellator. I mean, were you surprised when his name kind of came up that he might be a potential opponent?
Not necessarily. The last guy I fought, he was with Bellator for about, like, he's been with them since 2014. I think he was with them for a very long time. So I knew once I secured a contract with Bellator that I'm going to be fighting tougher opponents. So that's what I wanted. So I was kind of expecting more and more.
Yeah. And like as far as too, like I mean, I know you fought 5 times, 4 times for Bellator. I mean, have you been pretty happy with the way Bellator's kind of moved you along so far?
Yeah, man, I've been super excited. I actually debuted on Bellator um, probably about 2 years ago. So it's been a progression. So within 2 years, I was thinking, like, man, I went with one of my friends that were fighting for Bellator, and I kind of went to his weigh-ins and helped him with his weight cut and helped him with the whole process about 2 years ago. And I was like, man, I want to be fighting in this organization. And then 2 years down the track, I'll be on the main card. So it's just crazy when I think of it like that.
Yeah. Well, what was it too? Like, what was your reaction when you heard that you would be on the main card?
I was excited. I was happy. I was like, it's like some recognition. I'm getting recognition for my hard work.
Yeah. And now you have 5 finishes, 4 by submission. Do you feel like your ground game? Do you feel like that's kind of a threat to anyone at any level?
Yeah, 100%. Anyone in Bellator at 145, my jiu-jitsu is on another level, so it's a threat to anybody that will want to be in there with me. So 100%, because I still compete. I still jump in the highest level jiu-jitsu tournaments. About 2 weeks ago, I competed at a month ago. I'm sorry, I competed at Jits King, which is, and I stepped up. I fought at 185, and I weighed 30 pounds on the weight against the best black belts in the world. And so I'm still competing at the highest level of jiu-jitsu at the same time as fighting MMA. So so I think I really do think that my jiu-jitsu is superior.
Mm-hmm. And what weight did you say you fought at?
I competed at 185, but I only weighed like 165
Oh,
or
okay. I was like,
166.
how much weight are you cutting for this fight?
No, no, I just jumped in the tournament. I was small, man. These guys are humongous. They cut because it was the weigh-in day before, so people were like 210. I turned up. I was like, oh my god, these people are humongous.
Yeah. And I kind of want to talk to you about Jits King too, because in a time like this where it is hard to like find competition and everything, like was it nice just to kind of have like that tune up and just some kind of competition?
Yeah, man, it's being locked inside and that just to be able to get back out and feel that adrenaline again was amazing.
Yeah. And with Claxton too, we were talking about like your submission game, but if you look at his record, his only loss is by submission. So being his upcoming opponent, I mean, does that kind of like put a smile on your face? Because you're like, all right, like he's been tapped out before.
Yeah, and the one thing I learned is in jiu-jitsu, you can't get better at jiu-jitsu in 1 year. You know, you can be training jiu-jitsu for 3 years and still not be at the highest level. So you know, it gives me a little bit more confidence when we hit the ground.
Yeah. Do you feel like just being 22 years old too, and like being so young in your career, do you feel like you've kind of like maybe flown under the radar a little bit as far as like Bellator goes?
Yeah, for sure. Cause I was talking to Robin, and he said, you're not one of these guys that NCAA All American wrestlers or ADCC world champion or black belt world champion. I just kind of flew under the radar and came in and started winning. So yeah, I kind of think I do have that advantage, just kind of like the underdog,
Yeah.
Coming from New Zealand.
Yeah. Do you feel like this is your biggest test thus far?
Yes, definitely. He's a really tough opponent. 6-1 NCAA wrestler. So yeah, by far it's probably the toughest guy I'll be fighting. So I'm excited to go out there and show everyone what I got.
Yeah. Like you said, he is an NCAA wrestler, but do you expect him to go to the ground with you?
I don't think so, but I think that when it hits the knife, you go to what you're good at. You know what I mean? As soon as stuff starts getting difficult inside the cage, your tendencies always come back out. So I think he's gonna, after a few shots, after exchanging hands a little bit, he's gonna want to go back to what he's good at. Everyone does. As soon as you hit that second round, that third round, the gas tank starts to empty. You always go back to your tendencies, unless you're the highest level. Those are the only people that stick to the game plan. Other people, they always vary off. So I'm looking for that. I'm wrestling with some high level guys, so I'm ready for the wrestling.
Yeah. And just overall, how do you feel like you stack up with a guy like Taiwan?
I think I have all the weapons to beat him. All the he's 22 years old. He's a first round fighter. He comes out super explosive, and I can keep up. And the thing is with me is my gas tank doesn't empty, so I can keep up and keep going the same pace the whole time. So, I'm looking to just be sticky on him and just make him regret going in the cage with me.
Yeah. Do you think people kind of maybe underlook your cardio because your fights have all ended, so quickly?
100%. They'll all be like, "Oh, he's a first round fighter. Oh, he's a second round fighter." If you watch my last fight, I came out first round. I went crazy in the first round. Second round came out, I did exactly the same thing, and I still got the finish. So it was like, I think my last fight was them like, "Oh, okay, he does have some cardio."
Yeah. And after your last fight too, I remember, I think it was in your post fight like media scrum, you said that you wanted to fight 4 or 5 times more times in 2020. I mean, obviously with the pandemic and everything, how much has that kind of changed too? Like how many fights would you like to get before the year's up?
If I fight right now and everything goes good and I have no injuries, I'll be ready to fight the next week or the next month, because I still want to bust these fights out. Hearing rumors of other cards, so definitely if I come out unscathed and uninjured, I'll be telling them to put me on the next card.
Yeah. And Bellator too, I think a lot of people were kind of like waiting for when they would come back. Were you kind of like in their ear like a lot too, like saying, hey, like when you guys have a card, I want to be on it?
Yeah, so my manager was always in contact with them, like, hey, when you guys have a card, let me know. We're training, we're ready. we're waiting for you guys. So as soon as they had their first card, they hit us up, and then I found out I was going to be on the main card, and I was super excited.
Yeah. And what's been like your training situations, throughout this pandemic, especially like more recently?
More recently, it was good because California was open up. Probably like a month ago, they reopened everything. They opened the gyms, they opened everything back up, and training was practically back to normal. And then just last week, they closed everything down again. So, but last week, the training kind of de-escalating, where you kind of start to bring down your training so you can peak at the right time. So yeah, the camp has been amazing. Probably one of the best camps I've had.
Yeah, you kind of like led up right into my next question too. Is just obviously when they close everything, that's not good. But for your circumstances and everything, did that come at a good time? Because like you said, everything was almost like kind of winding down anyway. So like, did that affect you at all?
When they reclosed, I think they reclosed just a couple days ago, probably like last week. It didn't really affect me because my coaches at the time I had stopped working with other partners, and I was just working solely with my coaches. So it was fine. We still had the gym. We could still go inside the gym and use it with me, just one-on-ones with me and my coach. So it didn't really affect me that much.
Yeah. And then one thing I just been asking like a lot of fighters too is like during the quarantine too. Like I know you were kind of before we started filming, you were talking about how you the gaming and things like that. I mean, you pick up any hobbies? Like what were some of the stuff that you were doing with your time during quarantine?
I actually got into videography, and
Okay.
I took a videography course, and I started making ads and a bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, I started to get into that kind of like filmmaking.
Yeah. Were you posting any of that stuff on YouTube? Because I'm pretty sure on Instagram I saw that you have a YouTube channel.
So my YouTube, I wanted to create a game. I starting up on Twitch, and I was gonna start creating like Twitch videos. I kind of made a YouTube video and I made a YouTube channel, and I started releasing like training videos, just to keep in the quarantine, just to keep people moving and interested in jiu-jitsu. And then when it kind of opened up, I deleted that YouTube, and now I have my YouTube channel, but I haven't uploaded anything to it, and that's gonna be for gaming.
Yeah, awesome. And before I let you go, anything else you want to add?
No.
All right. Sounds good. All right, JJ. Well, you know what? Safe flight to Connecticut, and I wish you the best come July 24th.
Thank you very much, man. You have a nice one.